is gone.
We checked our privilege.
This is serious business, and we're in a serious state of an election coming up, and we have to be politically correct.
You'll never get to church anymore.
And now we sing. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Christy!
One of my favorite times with Mimi and Eddie was when we used to go to Montauk, the house there, and we would all hop in the van. I think it was a gray, huge van, and Eddie would always play his tape of music consisting of La Bamba, followed by that song by Creedence Clearwater, I think. Had no idea what it was, but those were the only two songs we ever wanted to listen to. Then we would drive to Gosman's Dock and always get ice cream, mint chocolate chip, and we would go to the dock and we would look for the one-legged seagull, and then we would usually come back and play some sort of game, probably Rummy Cube, in which usually either me or Mimi beat everybody else. So those are some of my favorite memories. Also, the fact that Eddie invented his own species, which are the rug people and the crab people. And thank you, Mimi, for always letting me watch Oliver Twist on repeat and parading around your house to consider yourself at home for me. Love you guys so much. Bye.
Favorite times with Mimi and Eddie. Well, first off, there are many, since I've been lucky enough to know you guys now for over 7 years. But I think to start, an easy one is having the privilege of Eddie, Mary, and Christy and I last October, and making sure that everybody was seated at the right time and didn't stand for the whole 15-minute ceremony. And for Mimi, I guess this isn't really a memory, but my favorite thing is when she texts me about the Red Sox and is definitely a secret Red Sox fan, and I love seeing how jealous Christy gets when you and I interact. And then there's always the memory I have, because it doesn't wash off in the shower, of when you told me that I went down from a 10 to a 9 when I got that. Love you guys.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm remembering the great day we had at Warren Henning's house with the Stanley Cup. Well, a lot of fun that was. Let's go Islanders. We love ya.
Hi, Mimi and Pop-Pop. So my favorite memory of you guys is you telling us all the stories of when Debbie and Mike were young, all the fun we had in Montauk, and all your tall tales of the kids when they were in their young adulthood, and Disney with Hoop-De-Doo Review. And Dad, I remember a birthday at Mimi Mimi's that you decided every man was the king of his own, not kingdom. Love you.
My favorite memory of Mimi and Pop-Up was when we went down to Disney and we went to the Whoop-De-Doo Review. It's both my favorite and least favorite memory, because everybody kept screaming Whoop-De-Doo for the rest of the trip after that, and what is probably going on close to 15 years now. And those damn washboards that, it's not an instrument, but they kept playing them like they were. Love you guys.
Hi, Mimi and Pop-Pop. My favorite memory of you guys is that you were always on the sidelines of my soccer games and cheering me on and making me smile. Thanks for all your support.
Favorite memory, Mimi and Eddie, goes back to when Debbie and I were dating, and all the parties at their house on East Neck Road. The parties were great. The outside parties were great. The pool, the volleyball, the food. The better part of those parties were the people that were there, their friends, Debbie's friends, Mike's friends. I come from a big family, but their friends were so close, they were like family. And I learned a lot back then about how your friends are really your family. When the parties went inside, it even got better. Sometimes you went down to the basement. Every time we went down to the basement, the food and drinks were all good there too, but the best part of the basement, the best part of this whole memory, are the pictures on the wall. I used to go around, I must have gone around those walls a dozen times over the years, looking at the history of the Connell and the Class family. Those memories I'll never forget. Merry Christmas, Mimi and Eddie. From Nick, your son-in-law. I married Debbie. Merry Christmas. I love you.
So my favorite memory of Mimi and Eddie, there are so many, but I'm going to go back to my childhood when we used to take those great camping trips across the country with the dog and the whole family. Pulling the trailer, we went to Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone National Park, the Grand Tetons, and the Rocky Mountains. Grand Canyon, I mean, there's a whole bunch of places. But one of my favorite memories took place at a campground, camping in the forest, and we were eating breakfast, had pancakes and bacon, and we had just finished and we were cleaning up. Dad, of course, had to go into the camper and sit on his throne in the library, and Mike and I and Mom were cleaning up the dishes or whatever, bringing stuff inside. The dog was outside still tied up, and we're inside putting things away. I guess my mom's washing the dishes, and all of a sudden she looks at the window and she starts screaming, oh my God, he's gonna eat the dog, he's gonna eat the dog. So my brother and I run to the window and we see a big bear pacing back and forth, ready to attack the dog. Well, my father flew out of the bathroom in his boxers, flew out of the trailer with his arms up in the air, yelling and screaming like a maniac. And that bear took one look at him and ran off into the woods. And the dog was fine. So that was a great memory. We had so many. I just want to tell you, Mimi and Eddie, we love you and Merry Christmas.
My favorite memory of Mimi and Eddie isn't one specific memory. It's just a collection of them. Growing up, doing different sports, doing different things like band and chorus, from t-ball all the way to football games that actually mattered. Having them, just be there, even if I was having a bad day. It always felt nice knowing your grandparents were there and they thought you were the best, even if you were the worst. So that's something I'll always look on and be happy about and put a smile on my face. So Merry Christmas. I love you guys, and yeah.
My favorite memory with Eddie and Mimi is the first Christmas that I got to spend with you guys, and it was Christmas Eve. Eddie was being Santa Claus and handing out the gifts and called Mimi his bride, and I got so excited, obviously teared up and wanted to cry, and brought it up about 10 times for the next year because I just loved it so much. And the next year at Christmas, I said to Nick, do you think that Eddie's gonna call Mimi his bride again? I really hope it happens. And he was like, don't get excited. It was a one-time thing. And sure enough, Christmas Eve, Eddie called Mimi his bride again. And it's one of my favorite memories with you guys. And I love you both so much. Merry Christmas. Mwah.
Merry Christmas, we love you.
Merry Christmas, Mimi and Eddie.
We love you. Mwah.
Merry Christmas, we love you.
We love you.
Merry Christmas, Mimi and Eddie. We love you.
One of my favorite memories of Mimi and Eddie is when they let me sleep on their couch every day. They know it's my couch, and I love when I take care of my Mimi every day. Woof woof, love you.